part 2, the Founders Week visiting artists and cultural leaders dropped by the CEN studio for a chat. Let's listen in. What are your names and where are you from?
My name is Steve Blanchett. My Yupik name is Kachunga Dakali, and I'm from Mamtagay, Bethel.
My name is Kimberly Nicholas. I'm from Caltech. My Nizun Suuza is my Danaka name.
My name is Brian McToy, Senior, and I'm from Nome, Alaska. I'm a descendant of a Weevilgamute, and that's an island they call King Island. And my Nupik name is Korak.
What do you think of when you think of your culture?
When I think of my culture, I think of my kids and my family, my home in Caltech, fishing, teaching my kids and making sure they know who they are.
I think of it passing it on to the next generation because our culture is vocal. It's passed on through learning and being there and through listening and learning.
And how long have you guys been performing?
It's almost 30 years now,
Wow.
So we've been together for a long time. I think I was about almost 20 years old when we started our group, Bamiwa. And our very first tour performance, we actually came to Mount Edgecombe. And that was the first time we went on a tour, so we went from Juneau to Sitka, and we were like, we're on a world tour! But dancing, yuhak was a part of our life, so, yeah.
I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. I kind of grew up into it. I was an Eskimo dancer till the age of 23, and that was when I made my first drum.
And if y'all haven't gotten into performing for other people, what do you guys think you'd be doing right now?
I got my degree in political science, my bachelor's in political science, but I was going into law, but with the mindset I was going to Indian law. So it was always doing something for our people, but not so much performance or anything like that, but to do work for our people on that scale. But it just kind of shifted, so still doing work, but just in a different way.
Probably working with my hands, like carpentry or labor work or something.
Did you guys ever think you would be teaching students from all over Alaska?
No. Up until last week, no. I didn't, but I'm really glad I came here. I really love the students here in the school.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not something that I thought I was going to be doing, but when I came here and worked with the students and taught a couple dances like Angwak Dwalga, the seal hunt, and it's so awesome to see that they're still doing the seal hunt, after all these years. So it's changed a little bit more, but that's just awesome. That's just showing evolution and taking control and ownership of songs and dances, which I think is beautiful. Yeah.
Usually when people are away from homes for too long, they start drifting away from their culture and everything they do at home. How do you guys keep up with that?
For me, it is the food and just traveling here. I brought all my babies' little kakana, their little boots. And I just bring tiny little stuff like that with me, my scarves, food. I brought jarred fish and crackers.
For me, I got recordings and tapes and stuff, and I sit back and I listen to my people perform through cassette players. And when I moved to Wainwright, there's this leader named Rossman Pituk and his son Oliver. So I would go to their house and we would just talk and have coffee and tea and just talk about each other's culture and the similarities that it has to, and that's what made me not be so homesick, is finding something in common in each village that I did move to bring me closer to home, and the closer to the thing that I love most is drumming and dancing.
Alexis, and I'm with the Cutting Edge today, and here is...
Me, Nick Hanson. Let's go Ninja from American Ninja Warrior.
Hey Nick, what do you do in your off season with the American Ninja Warrior?
I don't have an off season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm constantly doing Ninja Warrior. I'm 100% full-time ninja. So when I go out and I'm doing motivational speaking and visiting schools and stuff like that, I'm always thinking about ways to train and ways to continue to pursue my goal, which is, you know, climb an 80-foot rope at the top of Mount Midoriyama and try to win $1 million.
What would you be doing if you weren't a ninja?
Ooh, that's a good question. If I wasn't a ninja, the plan was, when I went to college, was civil engineering. I thought I was gonna be a civil engineer and I was gonna be making like $150 an hour and I can like buy a commercial fishing boat just to have fun. You know, I thought I was gonna need anything. I'd have my own truck, like 3 trucks, 4 snow machines, big house. I thought that's where I was gonna be because I'd make so much money. And then I failed college. And I went home and I became pro athlete instead. And I used you know, a passion of mine to try to pursue it and become a career. And now I make money doing something that I love, and I'm happier than I've ever been. So my success story is a little different than most, but you know, you make do with what you get, and you try to make something positive out of it.
What is it like to be on American Ninja Warrior?
It's scary, it's nerve-wracking, but it's also really fun. There's like hundreds of ninjas, right? Like 600 ninjas that get picked every year, and you know, one of the things that we created is like a family. So every time I come back to Ninja Warrior, it's almost like exactly like going to WIO or NYO, where everybody's just family, and it's super exciting to go and see everybody and learn from everybody and the new tricks and things that you can do. And so creating a family down there, it's really just a nice thing that I get to go. It's like the annual visit, and we all get together and we get to have fun doing it. But then, you know, at the end of the day, the lights turn on, the cameras turn on, and you've got to stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish. And then you get up there and you compete, and yeah, get a little nervous, get a little scared, start to sweat, and then go and do what you've been training to do, and just try to understand all of that. And it's a lot of fun.
How many places have you traveled to, and which one is your favorite?
I've gone to a lot of places. I've gone as far as Greenland and into like Northern Europe, and then I've gone all across the United States as far as Washington, D.C., Florida, Chicago, Los Angeles, Hawaii, and then back all the way up into Alaska. And I've traveled to, name the community, I've been there, maybe, most likely, except maybe all the Bethel. There's like 1,000 cities over there, villages over there, so I can't count all those. I think my favorite place was Greenland. I got to travel to Nuuk, Greenland for the Arctic Winter Games, and it was really cool because when you go to Greenland, they speak their native language, and it's just like Inupiaq, like it's just like our language.
Different dialect?
Yeah, so when you say Amaruk, Amaruk means wolf, and when you say Amaruk in Greenland, it means wolf. It was crazy. It was so cool. So it was like I got to go there, and they would all speak the language, and it was like I was just at home, except I was clear across to the other side of the world.
I'm Esther Riddell. I am a 3-year junior from Sitka, Alaska, and I have been in drama, debate, and forensics since my freshman year. The DDF team just got back from the state competition at Thunder Mountain High School in Juneau, and we did really great. We got second in overall sweepstakes in our division, and we had multiple students finaling in different events.
Congratulations, Esther, on winning the state championship in Lincoln Douglas debate. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so I went in never having done Lincoln Douglas debate before. It's not a format of debate that any drama, debate, and forensics teams do in Southeast Alaska. And so I had never done it before. It was my first time going into it. I went 3-2 in the preliminary rounds and made it to quarterfinals on account of my speaker points. And then I won my quarterfinal and semifinal debates, made it to the final debate, and somehow won that one as well. So,
what was your biggest takeaway of the competition?
I think that my biggest takeaway was to believe in myself a little bit more. Going into it, I was really nervous and not very self-confident. but as I progressed farther in the competition, I gained a little bit more confidence in what I was doing, even though I had never done it before. And that's definitely something that I'll take with me, is that I can kind of just take anything on.
And next year, in October, if you're interested, you want to go into public speaking, acting, forensics, which is not forensic files, by the way, but more or less, do you want to go into all that? Join DDF next year, next October, I believe, or September, is the next season, the first meet, a fresh slate, and you will do great because you are a noob, and you always do great the first time.
Congratulations to the entire DDF team. A special shout out to Ethan, Fiona, Brianna, Wynn, and Stephanie for making it to finals. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Oh yeah, and remember,
Stay tuned to the cutting edge. Woo!
A pirate king. A lovelorn lad.
A fierce young maiden.
A modern major general.
A cowardly cop.
Tragically thwarted true love. A bevy of beautiful bachelorettes.
A most ingenious paradox.
Swashbuckling swarms of pratfalling pirates.
More orphans than could be conceived or believed.
All this and more.
In one of the silliest, charming, well-loved, beautiful, dutiful musicals of all time.
The Pirates of Penzance. This weekend only.
All shows in the Otis Theater at the Sitka Fine Arts Camp. Friday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Come support your fellow Braves and enjoy the show.